t-shirts not around, yeah.
We're going to walk on, we're going to play what's moving.
makes me feel feminine. Yeah. That's
But since they're out, though, that means they want to.
No, I could not have done it without you.
just join the crowd.
कुदरती गैस जो कभी बेपनाह मिकदार में दस्तयाब थी, इसके ज़खायर में अब मुसलसल कमी वाक़ हो रही है। लिहाजा हम सब पे ये जिम्मेदारी आयद होती है कि हम गैस को समझदारी और दानिशमंदी के साथ इस्तेमाल करें। गैस के इस्तेमाल में किफ़ायत, पूरे साल बचत की रवायत।
Please stay on the grass the whole way down. You guys understand why?
win. I get to be.
I've been up since 9 o'clock. I got a bunch of interviews done in that hour. I don't know if you have access to that feed, because I have no idea when they started this live stream. Well, here's the thing. The interviews were not live stream, because we usually don't do that, because we're offering this to clients. So I did those. They would be in MAM. I'm guessing you don't have access to them. Yeah, if you don't even know what it is, you probably don't have access to it. It's where all the video comes in to the video system. Okay, so I'm wondering.
Ugly as color.
What do you expect?
So do you need voices? Is that the idea? I'm wondering, yeah, what I could do is, right, because I'm just trying to try to get someone to get you that from the video side, or do I just try to get you, like, free things right now?
I like white folks. I don't like you. All the niggas.
Yeah, I can, let me see if someone's able to just send you those sound bites, and if they're not, I'll just get new stuff and I'll message you. beverage?
We have a king, and his name is Jesus, who reigns and came, who loved us beyond all love we could imagine, who loved us before we could love him. And because of his love, we know what love is, and we can share that love with the world. The Salvation Army, we intend to do that in practical ways, of sharing his love through service,
Yeah.
that personal ways, those that are we want to share the love of Jesus with you. And that's what we're about. The Salvation Army is about this. We're not here. We're here to Salvation Army brass band, Salvation Army Student Fellowship brass band from Asbury University in Wilmore, Kentucky. We have one last piece to play for you before we finish. This is entitled Ambassadors, and that's again one ambassador.
we like to do is keep the fires on the sail that's pretty much powered up so that it doesn't fall out of the sky on its own. And by doing that, we put solid sails out there. What I mean by a solid sail, that's a sail without any ability to switch it as good. Maybe in the form of a vent or a heave.
Hey, Zane, why don't you up later where the sunglasses
the wild birds out. We have a mesh design in our kite which allows wind to pass through it, relieving some of the pressure off the sail. And even with the sail pressure set up with those holes on it, the wind comes enough to put a lot of stress on the frames. And that's what we see out here. And these are where we cut out. What do we got to know about broken valve? Well, that's a 5-sided kite. No, that's 6-sided. Yeah. Hey, I'm only going to do that. Broken through is a traditional H-sided kite. Side that is a one-string kite that flies fairly stably unless you intentionally adjust the drive so it becomes unstable. You as a pilot choose when you want to pull on that string to cause the kite to go in the direction of the top of the kite. So as it's waving back and forth, if you want to go to the left, you pull on it when it's going pointed left, or right, you pull on it as it's pointed to the right. And by doing that, you are essentially steering that kite. And what happens in the kite battle is each team captain that's piloting that kite steers that kite towards the other kite that are in the sky with the intention of either touching the line to the tip or touching the kite to tip it and cause it to dive to the ground. If the kite doesn't get and once the kite is out, the kite that actually causes it to go out gains the points. So later on, we're going to have a rope-to-coup battle, which seems to be pretty much one of the crowd favorites, because oftentimes we'll even pull someone from the crowd to join us out here on the field and be a member of one of the teams. Yes, indeed, the Flaming Eagles will have a team. Wild Throw stuff. We got the Orange team ready to jump in on the rope-to-coup battle. Yeah, let's hear it for the rock battle. That's coming up a little later on. For now, we're prepping the field for the windjammers. They're getting their kites together. And I'd like to take a moment to once again thank our main sponsor, the event sponsor, Amazon. I'm sure everybody here has heard of Amazon, right? I've got that right. And
we're going to start in like 5.
Yeah, sorry. So that's why I included you on that email, because I'm assuming one of y'all will go with the contingency. Yeah, and then one will stay. So, yeah. That makes sense. Are you in the Nike chat? Can I add you? Me too. Oh, so you're saying wait, can you QR this? Wait, sorry. Wait, What about like a national, you know? I mean, I guess yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna, you and I are speaking separately. Let me share the others. Amber, I'm just gonna share also this second invite that has all the national. Yeah, sounds good. I'll forward it. You're right next to yours. At the circle, yeah, like at the flash. Yeah.
Good afternoon. My name is Murad Awauda. I'm the president and CEO of the New York Immigration Coalition and a proud steering committee member of Hands Off New York City, which today would not be possible without. So let's give it up for Hands Off New York City. Thank you all for joining us. Today at the No Kings rally, we are witnessing what this nation was birthed in rebellion of, where people fought against a monarchy for freedoms. And this year, this country turns 250 years old, and those freedoms have not been made possible for all people who call this country home. As we witness a federal government that continues to run afoul of people's constitutional and civil rights, we continue to witness ordinary people stepping up to fight back. And none of this would be possible without movements that have built New York City and the rights that we have. We are in a critical time. We see one of the longest government shutdowns that are happening right now. And we're seeing the Trump administration continue to wage war against immigrants in this country. And that's why it's incumbent on every single level of government to step up and fight back. We need our federal reps to demand accountability and to fight the Trump administration against what we are seeing day in and day out. We need our state to deliver the protections that our communities desperately need. We need to ensure that our state passes the New York for All Act, which would provide New Yorkers with protections that they need. And we need the city of New York to step up and ensure that they're expanding our protections and investing in immigration legal services. But that's not all why we're here today. You're going to hear from a slew of speakers who come from all walks of life and are stepping up to fight for each and every single person who calls this country home. Because today we're marching to say there are no kings, there are no crowns, and there are no thrones. And with that, join me in welcoming up our first speaker, Padma Lakshmi, who is a host and producer of CBS's America's Culinary Cup, activist, and ACLU Artist Ambassador.
Good morning, and thank you. I stand here today not as somebody who's been in the public eye, but as a mother, an immigrant, and someone who believes in the promise of this country. I've always believed in the American dream, that everyone can have a place here and contribute to our nation. But seeing ICE deployed in our cities and terrorizing our communities, including killing multiple citizens, tells me that we have trampled on that dream and forgotten who we are. Over the last decade, as an ACLU Artist Ambassador and in my professional work, I've traveled this country city by city, road by road. I've met so many Americans who share their stories of migration, resilience, and our shared humanity. As a writer who tells stories, I know that fear thrives in silence. We will not be silent. We will show up for each other and for an America that is not subject to the whims of one man or any person. We are not a kingdom, but a land where consensus or majority rules. Today, we reject fear. We insist on accountability, transparency in government, and compassion in our elected leaders. Because true leadership is not about dominance. It's about service. It's about everyday people, the backbone of our city and this country, and remembering that every voice matters and everyone's rights matter. No Kings is more than a slogan. It's a reminder that power belongs to the people, all of us. Democracy is participatory. Today, By being here, we are all actively participating. We are making our voices heard. This administration is forgetting what these marches make clear, that we, the people, means all of us, every shade, ethnicity, gender, and sexual identity, living and working side by side with the belief that this country is not beholden to one person, but indebted to the central idea that democracy is only as strong as the laws and the people who defend it. We must make our government accountable to defend it and not dismantle it. It is not about stripping away our reproductive rights. It is not about cutting Medicare and Medicaid for millions. And it's not about withholding birthright citizenship from those who do not look like you. It's not about withholding the funds our schools need to educate all of our children and giving that money to start an illegal war thousands of miles away that nobody asked for. By the time I finish speaking today, our government would have spent $3 million on a war that our Congress did not agree or approve of. I was brought to the United States when I was 4. I went to school here. I pay taxes here. I work here. I held my hand on my heart every single day in school, and I pledged allegiance to our country's flag. And I'm living proof that America is not defined by exclusion. Its strength comes from the diversity that we've always welcomed. And to that I say, no thrones, no crowns, no kings, just we the people, and hopefully justice for all. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Padma. Next up, join me in welcoming someone who has been one of the most fiercest defenders of every single New Yorker who calls this great state home. Someone who continues to fight day in and day out for all of our rights. Join me in welcoming up to the mic, New York State Attorney General Leticia James.
Appreciate you. Wow. So we are a nation built on the rule of law, on checks and balances, and on the fundamental idea that power belongs to the people, not to one person, not to one party, and not to those who believe that they are above the law. But right now, those principles are being tested. Our institutions are being tested. Congress, unfortunately, has been co-opted. And our courts, unfortunately, some of them have been co-opted as well. But the defense of our democracy does not lie in the courts. The defense of our democracy lies in the hands of the people. And across this country, we are seeing efforts to concentrate power, to undermine democratic institutions, to intimidate those who dare to stand up and speak out. The weaponization of government, vindictive, petty politics. We are seeing attacks on our immigrant brothers and sisters, attacks on workers, attacks on voting rights, and attacks on the very freedoms that generations before us fought to secure. As the Attorney General of New York, my job is to defend the Constitution, to protect the people of the state from harm, and to hold the powerful accountable, no matter who they are. And I will not capitulate, and I will not genuflect, and I will not bow, and I will not break, and I will not bend. What flows through my DNA, my blood, is the ancestors of those who have been through a lot worse. And so let me be clear. The law matters in this country, and we have challenged illegal federal actions in court. And we, Democratic attorneys general, have stood up to those who think that they can use fear and division to control our communities. But we are winning, and I guess that's why I'm a target. And we will continue to fight because no one is above the law. Reverence for the law and due process is foundational to our democracy. But defending democracy, my friends, is not the job of one leader. or one Hollywood star. It is the responsibility that we all share. It belongs to the workers organizing in their unions, to the advocates protecting civil liberties, to the young people marching in the streets, and to every American who refuses to accept a future where power goes unchecked, who rejects concentrated power, who believes in good government. So today we march. We march because democracy is not simply passed down. Democracy is a project, an ongoing project. It is defended by each and every generation that has fought for freedom and that refuses to witness an erosion of our democracy. Every individual who refuses to scapegoat immigrants and members of the trans community and people of color and women, dehumanizing my friends, my neighbors, my family. Every individual who rejects authoritarianism. Every individual who rejects masked individuals asking the simple question, where are your papers? Do you have papers? Every individual who rejects the intimidation and fear tactics. So today I march. I march with individuals whose names I do not know, but individuals who are a crowd of witness to all that we are seeing in our country and who simply want our country back and who want to return to normalcy. I've seen nothing but a band of warriors out here today and all across this nation. Individuals standing up for freedom, for liberty, for their democracy. And so I stand with them, each of them, arm in arm, shoulder to shoulder, with no space between us, indivisible, with justice for all.
Thank you, Attorney General. Next up, join me in welcoming someone who many of us know as a defender of our civil liberties and our civil rights. Join me in welcoming up to the mic Donna Lieberman, the Executive Director of the New York Civil Liberties Union.
The New York Civil Liberties Union stands with hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers today and millions more across the country to say no thanks. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Each of us is here because we are people power and we know we have to show up to save our democracy. And we have seen that people power is working. We saw it in the courage, the goodness, despite terrible sacrifice of the people of Minneapolis, who forced the wannabe king to withdraw his shock troops and dial back his campaign of terror. We saw it when we forced ICE to retreat from the streets of Chicago. We saw it on Canal Street here in New York. And we see it when communities of every shade of red, blue, and purple say no internment camp warehouses in our communities.
Right.
Our government is based on rights and laws, by and for the people, and equal justice for all. And no one, not the bully in chief, not the racist in chief, not the wannabe king, no one is above the law. Trump and his regime want us to be scared. They want immigrants to be afraid of being ripped from their families. They want trans people to be afraid to exist as their true selves. They want students to be afraid to ask questions and teachers to be afraid to teach. They want us all to be afraid to protest. They want us to be afraid that there's nothing we can do to stop them. But you know what? They are wrong, dead wrong, because we know better. Millions of us are not afraid to know our rights and exercise them, to stand up for each other and our hard-fought freedoms. And there are more and more and more of us every single day. I am so proud that my organization, the New York Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU of New York, has filed more than 40 legal actions against the Trump regime.
Yay.
Yeah. And that's not all. Nationwide, our ACLU family has filed over 200 legal actions. And this coming week, the ACLU will be before the United States Supreme Court to defend our right to birthright citizenship. That means the right of every person born in the USA, born in the USA, thank you, Bruce, to be a citizen when you're born here. We are also in the state legislature fighting for bills like New York for All, which, yeah, New York for All, which would prohibit New York from spending a single dollar of taxpayer money to collude with ICE.
New York for all!
New York for all! The NYCLU is urging every New Yorker to call our governor and our state legislators and tell them to pass New York for All now to protect immigrant communities and all New Yorkers. You know, at his core, Trump is a bully. He loves to pick on those he thinks he can push around. Well, we will not let him push us around. We will not be targeted. We will not be silenced. We will not be intimidated. And we will not stand by while a corrupt, power-hungry tyrant plunges the world into an illegal war. We are more united. We are more focused. We are more determined than ever. Hands off.
New York City.
Hands off.
New York City.
Hands off.
New York City.
ICE out of everywhere. And no king.
Thank you, Donna. Getting us ready for the chant.
नसीम बाहर आता है, इन ड्राइव खोलता है, नसीम अपनी ऑफर डालता है और ड्राइवर की तरफ से जबरदस्त हाँ मेड इन ओवर एक शानदार राइड हाजिर होती है नसीम और वो एक चैंपियन की तरह राइड लेता है अपनी मर्जी की राइड लें
En Nueva York durante casi 20 años. Tengo 2 hijos ciudadanos, uno de ellos con graves problemas de salud. Hace unos meses me dirigí a visitar a mi familia en Borealis, Staten Island, un barrio con una gran comunidad latina inmigrante. Cuando me detuve a observar unas personas que jugaban dominó en la calle, de repente 3 vehículos sin ninguna placa oficial llegaron a toda velocidad. Nuestra cuadra había oído hablar de todas las detenciones que ICE está llevando a cabo en nuestros barrios y de cómo detenían a neoyorquinos simplemente por su raza. Sin embargo, resulta ser difícil imaginar que algo así te sucediera a ti, precisamente en la ciudad, en el estado que consideras tu hogar. Los agentes salieron de sus vehículos, corrieron hacia nuestro grupo de todas direcciones. Fue aterrador, me quedé inmóvil, me pidieron mi identificación y al decirles que no la llevaba conmigo, el agente sin hacerme ninguna otra pregunta me sujetó con fuerza y me puso esposas en las manos. Me quitaron mi teléfono, mis audífonos, mis llaves, mi dinero y me arrojaron en la parte de atrás del vehículo negro. Estuve detenido durante casi una semana. Hoy me encuentro aquí gracias al increíble apoyo que se hace camino a Nueva York. Al ser arrestado y detenido me ha afectado mucho. No puedo dormir, sufro pesadillas. Vivo con miedo constante, tengo que salir de mi casa pues con temor de volver a ser detenido. Los agentes de ICE que me arrestaron viajan en vehículos sin placas, están en carros comunes, corrientes. Ahora, normal que veo en la calle me llena de temor, pienso que pueden estar llenos de agentes de ICE, dispuestos a detenerme. Además, perdí mi trabajo. Al estar detenido se me hizo imposible ir a trabajar. ICE no tiene lugar en nuestras calles. ICE no tiene lugar en nuestros aeropuertos. ICE no tiene lugar en nuestros barrios. Le insisto a nuestros líderes electos a apoyar a las familias inmigrantes, los vendedores ambulantes, los trabajadores, los miembros de la comunidad en todo el estado de Nueva York. Debemos aprobar la ley de Nueva York por todos inmediato. El estado de Nueva York jamás debería estar en negocio y colaborar con ICE. Los recursos del estado de Nueva York nunca deberían utilizarse para contribuir y separaciones de familias, ni para perseguir, secuestrar personas directamente en la calle. Las personas como yo necesitamos protección para poder seguir trabajando y cuidar a nuestras familias. Soy padre, soy trabajador, soy su vecino, soy neoyorquino. Somos parte de Nueva York y merecemos vivir con seguridad y dignidad en el estado al que llamamos hogar. Debemos aprobar Nueva York para todos. Ahora.
Hi everyone, my name is Juan. I'm a Make the Road New York member, and I have lived in New York for almost 20 years. I have 2 U.S. citizen children, one with serious health issues. A few months ago, I was on my way to visit family in Port Richmond, Staten Island, a neighborhood that has a rich Latino and immigrant community, when I stopped to watch people playing dominoes on the sidewalk. All of a sudden, 3 unmarked cars came speeding over to our block. I had heard of all of the ICE arrests happening in our neighborhood, and ICE stopping New Yorkers just for their race. But it's hard to imagine such a thing happening to you in the city and state that is your home. Officers got out of their cars and sprinted over to our group from all different directions. It was terrifying. I stood motionless. They asked for my ID, and when I told them I did not have one on me, without any other questions, the officer grabbed me tightly and handcuffed me. They took my cell phone, headphones, keys, and money, and I was thrown into the back of their unmarked black car. I was detained for nearly a week, and I'm standing here today thanks to the incredible support of Make the Road New York. The arrest and detention have affected me enormously. I can't fall asleep and have nightmares. I am constantly afraid to leave my home because I fear being arrested again. Since the officers who arrested me came from an unmarked, normal-looking car, I am scared of any regular cars on the street because I know they could hold ICE officers trying to arrest me. I also lost my job because I was detained and couldn't go to work. ICE doesn't belong in our streets. ICE doesn't belong in our airports. And ICE doesn't belong in our neighborhoods. I urge elected leaders to stand with immigrant families, street vendors, workers, and community members across New York. We must pass the New York for All Act now. New York State should never be in the business of collaborating with ICE. New York State resources should never be used to help separate families, target and kidnap people off the street. People like me need protection so we can continue to work and care for our families. I am a father, I am a worker, I am your neighbor. I'm a New Yorker. We are part of New York, and we deserve to live safely and with dignity in the state we call home. We must pass New York for All now.
Thank you, Juan, and thank you for sharing your story with us. Next up, joining us on the mic is going to be Nadia Swanson, founder of the New York City Trans and Queer Coalition. Join me in welcoming them.
Across this country, Politicians and billionaires are trying to control our bodies, our identities, our futures, and today we are here to say that these are our streets, these are our beautifully diverse communities, and our families, our freedoms, and our futures are not up for negotiation. Right now, we are living in a crisis of empathy. That those in power want us isolated, they want us afraid, and they want us to believe we are alone. But look around. Millions of people across this country are standing up today in empathic defiance because they know the truth. We cannot win without our neighbors. And make no mistake, they are not threatened just by our protest. They are threatened by our empathy, our diversity, our audacity to live as our full selves, and they are threatened by our love. So they attack. And as we approach Trans Day of Visibility this week, let's be clear. Visibility means nothing without safety, protection, and real freedom for trans people, and all of our allies standing up and making their voices heard in our care. When they attack gender-affirming care, they're denying all people the right to exist safely in their own bodies and to grow up with dignity and a healthy future. When they criminalize homelessness, they're targeting the very communities that were kicked out of their homes and denied safety by the systems that were meant to protect them. When they send ICE into our neighborhoods, they threaten all of us. And do not tell me there is no money to end youth homelessness when you could spend $11 billion in a week in a war. This is not about policy or safety, this is about power. And to every elected official who cares more about holding on to that power than protecting the freedoms of the people, your time is up. It is time to go. And we will replace you. We will replace you with someone who has lived paycheck to paycheck. We will replace you with someone who has been homeless. We will replace you with someone who has fought for basic health care, with someone who has risked everything to build their lives here. And we will replace you with us. We will replace you with trans leaders. And we will build a future where trans kids are protected and trans people are safe and no one is left unhoused, unseen, or alone. When every person can live beyond their wildest dreams. Because this country belongs to the people. And together, we are taking it back. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you for joining us. Next up, join us in welcoming up a fierce defender of all workers, someone who has continuously shown up for all communities in New York State, Nancy Hagens, the president of the New York State Nurses Association.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Nancy Hagens, and I am the president of the New York State Nurses Association. We are more than 42,000 strong New Yorkers. You may have seen or heard this winter that NYSDA nurses do not back down from a fight. We just won one of the largest nurses strike in New York City history. We were out there on the picket line for over 40 days in one of the coldest winters in this generation, fighting to protect our patients, our nurses, and our health care. When patient safety is under attack, nurses stand up and fight. When our communities are under attack, what do? We stand up and fight. When our immigrant communities are under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. So I am so proud to be a nurse, to be a union activist, and join you all today to say no kings and yes to health care. Yes to caring for all at our communities, including our immigrant communities. Today, we are standing up together against Trump's attacks on workers, on health care, on our immigrants and trans neighbors. The Trump administration is taking health care away from millions of people, and that threatens our health, our livelihood, and also our very lives. I am a proud Haitian immigrant. And I have to say, Sakpase! New York City nurses are the largest women of color including many immigrant women. And we care for New York. We deserve respect. We care for our patients, regardless of the religion, regardless of their immigration status, regardless of the sexual orientation, regardless. All of our patients are VIPs. Right. Our patients deserve respect. They deserve quality care. They deserve to come to our hospital without fear that ICE will be waiting for them. Right. We want ICE out of our hospitals and out of our communities now, today. Today we are marching to show that what real caring looks like. We are showing that what democracy looks like. That's what we're marching for. What a strong and diverse and caring America looks like. That's what we're marching for. And we are here to stay, and we will win. We're not going anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Next up, join me in welcoming up someone who has helped lead the way in expanding protections and rights for all New Yorkers. Join me in welcoming up to the mic, Eljo Joy Williams, the president of the NAACP New York State Conference.
All right, I know this is a press conference, but I'm used to us doing the press conferences out with the people so we can get pumped up to put in those miles that we're going to put in today. Let me hear you say, we organize!
We organize!
Not good. Again, we organize!
We organize!
I am Eljo Joy Williams, and I have the great pleasure of being the president of the NAACP New York State Conference, where we advocate, agitate, and litigate on behalf of Black New Yorkers. And this afternoon, as we all gather, I want to set the room, set the atmosphere for what we're going to do today. I greet you in the name of Mother Sister Ida B. Wells, who marched for suffrage and organized against lynching. I greet you in the name of Fannie Lou Hamer, who made voter registration a protest and organizing a weapon. I greet you in the name of Ella Baker, who built organizers and built power from the ground up. And I greet you in the name of Dr. Hazel N. Dukes, who marched, who fought, and led with courage in our very own lifetime. I greet you in the name of those whose names we do not know, who organized when it was dangerous, who spoke when it was costly, and who built power when it was unpopular. We come from a people who didn't just show up, they organized. Let me hear you say, we organize.
We organize.
Who didn't just march, they organized.
We organize.
All right now. They didn't just hope and wish, they built the future they wanted to see. So today, in this same spirit, we don't just show up and demonstrate with our beautiful signs and our beautiful sweatshirts. We are showing up today because we also organize. Organizing is not just about gathering, whether it be in this building or out in the streets today. It's about building the future and the democracy we want to live in. What we are doing today matters. Demonstrations matter. Marching matters. Showing up matters. All across, not only this state, but across the nation, NAACP members are showing up to make sure the historical record reflects that we do not consent to this administration's cruelty. We do not consent to this war. We do not consent to anti-democratic rule. But we aren't just showing up today and going home tomorrow, because power is not built in one moment. It is built in the days after today, the weeks after today's rally, and over the next few months when the press won't be here. Power is built when we organize. Power is built when we organize. When we knock the doors, when we grow our numbers and have real conversations to move people to action. Organize is how we build something that lasts. Because the powerful sisters and the ancestors who I called upon to march with us today didn't win because they showed up once. They won because they organized again and again and again and again and again and again and again until this country had to change. Yes. So this moment calls for principled leadership with strong spines and Megan Thee Stallion knees.
Right now.
We're seeing too many elected officials, too many corporate leaders, too many people with a microphone and with a camera who are choosing to bow or they're frozen in fear. We do not bow to kings in a democracy.
Amen.
That's not leadership. That is submission. That is not the moment. Today is not the moment.
Joy.
This
Preach,
period
Joy. Preach,
is
Joy.
not the moment for weak-kneed leaders who bow under pressure,
That's right.
who trade principles for access,
That's right.
who choose comfort over courage.
Yes.
This moment demands leaders who will stand with the people, and if you can't stand firm in this moment, then you need to get out of the way.
Let's go.
We will organize.
We will organize.
We will organize.
We will organize.
We will mobilize.
We will mobilize.
And we will use our voting power this year to replace them with the people who will stand with the people.
Amen.
Because we don't just show up today. We don't just show up with placards. We don't just show up with buttons. We organize. Democracy is not something we watch. It's not something you set and forget. It's something you work for every single day.
That's right.
Democracy is something we build. So today, yes, we demonstrate and build strength, locking in arms with each other in this struggle. But tomorrow we continue. Tomorrow we organize.
Yes.
We organize.
We organize.
We organize.
We build.
We build.
And in that same spirit, we build the democracy and the future we want to see.
That's right. Amen.
So don't just show up today. Tell me how you organize tomorrow. When NAACP asks you to join us when we're registering voters and turning out people, you show up.
Yeah.
When National Action Network says show up so that we can pull out more people on the ground to show up for us on election day, we show up.
Amen.
Justice, no peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Woo!
Thank you, Eljo. Next up, joining and walking up to the mic, our sister Liv Sangor, the campaign and community organizer of Planet Over Profit and Stop the Money Pipeline.
Thank you, Bula. Thank you, Hands Off NYC, and thank you to all of y'all for being here today. It means the world. We're here because this is our city.
Yeah.
We're here because these are our streets. And we're here because masked state terrorists have no place in our communities. We're here because we never consented to our tax dollars being used to fund war crimes abroad and to commit genocide in Gaza. We are here because we never elected broligarchs like Elon Musk and Peter Thiel to power. And the billionaires that are funding Trump's power grab are the same ones who are drilling our coastlines and poisoning our air and water and destroying our land. Last week, my comrades and I went to Houston, Texas, and we were there to confront oil and gas CEOs alongside frontline fighters at CERAWeek. Those frontline communities, their homes have become sacrifice zones to the fossil fuel industry. And still, they say loudly and proudly, no fossil fuel and petrochemical build out in our backyard. While we were there, concussion blasts from the Valero refinery rocked homes in Port Arthur, Texas, a community already suffering from 40% above average cancer rates and cancer clusters localized and proven to be linked to the fossil fuel build-out. Plumes of black smoke spewed toxins into their air and water and poisoned their children. And it reminded me of the apocalyptic and harrowing scenes from Tehran when black rain fell on communities and made me wonder what generational harm will befall those people because of the United States. The culprits of those atrocities are the same industry, same greed, and same sacrifice of black and brown lives. Trump's wars on Iran and Venezuela are about power over fossil fuels, the resource that maintains U.S. hegemony, bought and paid for by the wannabe kings and kingmakers who flew private jets to CERAWeek while families burn at home and in the global south. And then those displaced communities from the global south, they come here trying to find better lives for themselves and their families, and they're kidnapped and disappeared by ICE. And ICE is not cooling the planet. ICE deportation flights contribute vastly to carbon emissions, and those incarcerated by ICE are most vulnerable to climate-linked risks, water and food insecurity, insect-borne illnesses, and extreme weather events. Now, I want to end on a positive note. And it was hard because as a Black and Indigenous organizer, I've never had any misconceptions about what this country is. ICE's rampage, foreign interventions, and environmental racism are part of a long history of state violence against Black, Indigenous, immigrant, and poor communities. This is unfortunately the US I've always known. But for the first time in a really long time, I have hope. Because I found myself surrounded by people I could not have imagined organizing side by side just these past few months. The orderly on my floor who leaves home every morning at 5 a.m. to save lives, next to the teacher down the block who works day in and day out to make sure that undocumented kids can still get an education. The transplant turned tenant union leader who organized his building to care for unhoused neighbors down the block, next to the 70 years young climate activist who fought at Line 3 in Standing Rock. The ex-Marine fighting Palantir, next to the Palestinian refugee who organized her community to evict weapons manufacturers from their neighborhoods. It all makes me hopeful because we can, and we are, building the world we want to live in. And to do that, we all need to take action. Everyone in this room, everyone who's coming to march with us today. Planet Over Profit takes direct action against the people funding and enabling climate crisis, authoritarianism, and racial capitalism. And working with this brave and incredible group of young people, I've learned that direct action does not have to be scary. It can mean getting to know your neighbors and creating a building-wide group chat to exchange groceries and help each other with rent. It can mean checking on elderly and disabled folks on your block. It can mean choosing to pull your money from harmful institutions and shop locally. Or it can mean joining your local food distribution. Because the systems that are designed to keep us safe, they're not doing that right now. We keep us safe. Repeat after me. We keep us safe.
We keep us safe.
So we will resist ICE in the streets. We will resist resource wars fought in our name. And we will resist the polluters, the billionaires, and the wannabe dictators. Repeat after me. No ICE.
No ICE.
No oligarchs.
No oligarchs.
No kings.
No kings.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liv. Next up, join me in welcoming someone who needs no introduction, a civil rights leader and icon who has championed the way for many communities across this country. Join me in welcoming up to the mic, Reverend Al Sharpton, the founder and president of the National Action Network.
Thank you very much. I wanted to be here because I think that we are dangerously close to the sanitizing of an oligarchy in this country. Anytime we accept a president that can decide to close airports and say that he does not care that people that voted for him are lined up 3 and 4 hours to get their children to spring break, he wants to first make you vote on a bill that would rob us of our voter protection. It's time to vote against and march against no king.
That's right.
That's right.
Anytime we have a president that says, I'm going to Iran, I'm not going to tell you why I'm going, and I'm not going to tell you when I'm leaving, and I don't even know why I'm there. But I'm the king, and I can put you there. We've already lost 13 lives, and he has said everything's going well. That's why we need no king. This is a practical decision by people of all races and all colors and all ages and all stripes. And if there's one time we all need to come together, we may not agree on some issues, but we all agree we cannot be governed by a king. Right. And we all agree we cannot let this country slip further. It's not that it can happen, it's happening. We are right now in the middle of a government shutdown. We are right now in Iran. We are right now in a situation that is closer to an oligarch than we've seen. And that's why National Action Network wanted to join Leadership Conference of Civil Rights and NAACP with Reverend Eljo and preach today, and others, to say that this is not a one-sided thing. You don't have to ask us where we are. We're here with you, and you've been there with us. We're in this together. And if we can fight together, we can win together. And if we stand together and don't let them make our differences more important than our unity, because they're after all of us. They're not after just young people. They're not after just people that support Gaza. They're not after selective people. They're after all of us. Because a king feels that everyone must bow to his throne. And we come today to march all over this country to dethrone the king.
Amen.
We're going to dethrone the king.
Amen.
There'll be no peace until there's justice. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Dethrone the king.
Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. Next up, join me in welcoming Susan O'Neill, Army nurse veteran of the Vietnam War and a Common Defense member.
Oh, God, you know they have to follow Al Sharpton. I'm surprised they didn't put Mr. Niro in.
You got
Send me
this.
out here. Thank you. You know, ages ago I would have memorized this, but as old as I am, I don't think I remember my name. Anyway, as an Army nurse in Vietnam, I saw my first forever war. I got out in 1970, and we were in the process of negotiating the end of the war. Well, that went really well, and in 1975, we finally ended the war. That's 5 years more of mayhem. That's, 3,000 plus names that were later added to the Vietnam War wall in D.C. It was the destruction, further destruction of a beautiful country. I mean, for what? For what? Like the king he thinks he is, Donald Trump believes that war's a game and that our military is his to lose. We're suckers and losers if we die, and we're just kind of robots who can do what has to be done while we're alive, and it's for him. Well, I'm old. I don't play Call of Duty, but I have played chess. And if Donald Trump played chess, which I really can't picture, frankly, if Donald Trump played chess, he'd be that guy who tries to win by wiping out the entire board. He'd tear down the castles. He'd disrespect the bishops, probably make them wear those little shoes that he's got out there. And he would decimate the pawns, and he wouldn't care. He has no foresight, no strategy, no end game. Ultimately, that sort of guy loses because there's no one left to protect the king. Can we wait forever for this wannabe king to fail and to fall? How many pawns will have to bleed in his regard?
before we end this. How many countries do we have to take over? I mean, I'll grant you, I was a Peace Corps volunteer after I was in the War Corps in Venezuela. And I'll grant you, Venezuela's a mess. It was a mess. But it's not our job to correct that mess, particularly if you take somebody out of it and then say, hey, you guys are, it's all yours. I mean, no end game, no strategy, no forethought. So, we're here to say, no kings. No kings because our troops are not pawns and because we don't need forever wars. No war because war is not a game. Take it from me, it is not a game. And as far as ICE goes, migrants are the refreshment of our nation. The people that I know who are immigrants, and let's face it, we all at some point, if we were not dragged here in chains, we were immigrants. The people I know who are immigrants, and I know a lot of them because I live in Brooklyn, are hardworking, tremendously ambitious, particularly for their families, which are often American families, and they don't deserve the treatment they're getting. We didn't need ICE before 2003, and it can be considered that we don't need them now. So I humbly suggest we abolish ICE.
We might as well. I know, because we need the more the better, right?
ship.
Yeah, it's a serious pinch point to get around that building. It is. Yeah.
na 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 na. Hey, 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 goodbye.
Organize and agitate. 1, 2, 3, 4. We won't take it anymore. 5, 6, 7, 8. Organize and agitate. 1, 2, 3, 4. We won't take it anymore. 5, 6, 7, 8. Organize and agitate.
Excuse me, please.
So how many trips do you have planned this summer?
Excuse me.
We're a grassroots member-led organization. We support family farms and strong rural communities, and our mission is pretty straightforward. Foster an ethical stewardship for farmland. Support sustainable agriculture and build healthy communities. It's a practical mission, deep roots in Minnesota farm country, and it's guided by a moral compass that calls on us to recognize a few truths. First, we must be good stewards of the land and of the people who work and care for it. Second, that a sustainable food and farming system must be sustainable for everyone. No matter their race, gender, country of origin, or immigration status. Third, that healthy communities are built from the ground up, and our immigrant neighbors are the builders of rural Minnesota. So months ago, LSP's
Next up, join me in welcoming up Maya Wiley, the president of the Leadership Conference.
to protect the constitutional rights of our immigrant friends and neighbors who call rural Minnesota home. So for decades, immigrants have been essential to our food and farming system and have renewed our rural communities. They're the workers in meat packing plants who put chicken, pork chops, and hamburger on dinner tables. They're the farm workers who work side by side with families on our small and mid-sized dairy farms. They're the food farmers who grow vegetables and greet shoppers at farmers markets across the state. They're the entrepreneurs who are revitalizing Main Street shops and restaurants in our rural towns. They are the gracious caregivers for the elderly across Minnesota. And they're the healthcare professionals who care for folks in our rural clinics and hospitals. Of course, land stewardship would join the Immigrant Defense Network. With an action plan and grassroots organizing, our communities came together to meet the challenge. Rural folks did what everybody did up here. They monitored ICE activities, created rapid response networks, provided food delivery, safe transportation, and pulled together mutual aid funds. We had a central point in western Minnesota. Every week, LSP and IBN organizers fielded hundreds of phone calls for help, sharing resources with community leaders in 30 counties in rural Minnesota, as well as training more than 800 constitutional observers. So here's
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to share this event with so many committed people here in this room and out in the streets. And I'm proud to stand with an Indivisible and all the organizations promoting No Kings. The concept of No Kings is a great rallying cry and a hugely successful as millions of us have answered the call. I support this movement 150%.
Yeah.
But when the crowds are chanting No Kings, what I'm really hearing, as we all know, is No Trump.
That's right.
There have been other presidents who have tested the constitutional limits of their power, but none have been such an existential threat to our freedoms and security. None, except Trump. He must be stopped, and he must be stopped now.
Amen.
It's time to say no to kings. It's time to say no to Donald Trump. We've had enough. No King Trump. No unnecessary wars that rob our resources, sacrifice our brave servicemen and women, and slaughter innocents. No corrupt leader enriching himself and the Epstein class buddies. No taking away health care from our most vulnerable neighbors. No unaffordable groceries, no unaffordable energy, no unaffordable housing, and no inflation at its highest level since COVID. No government masked thugs shooting down our neighbors in the streets. Trump has to be stopped. And that's what No Kings is all about. Because he can't do all the fucked up things that he's been doing without the collusion of Congress and the goons in his administration. They're bound to him by fear of losing their own jobs, their own power. It's diabolical. How can this be happening? Look at the power of the No Kings national uprising. Look at the power of the No Kings national uprising. Afraid of Trump? Please. No, they should be more afraid of us.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right on.
Because we still believe in the core American values of justice, equality, decency, and kindness. Because we're going from the streets to the ballot box, and because we all deserve a country with no kings, no Trump. Thank you.
Don't go too far. I call all the speakers back.
I'm a very
Our streets! Our streets!
No child molesters. Sorry.
This is what community
fucking Trump, you're fired. I got fuck ice, you guys. I'm good, you got a 5. No kings, no war, no ice. No fucking kings.
Let's get the capital back.
No kings, guys. History is no war, no ice. Peace and love to one another.
Have to stay in one place for a little while and
Welcome to No Kings 3 Twin Cities. Are you ready? Then please welcome comedian, activist, co-creator of The Daily Show, and founder of Abortion Access Front, Minnesota's own Liz Winstead.
Goodness. Hello, Minnesota! You know how to show up and show out. Are you so proud of yourselves? Please take a moment to be proud of yourselves, because we are here to do a lot of things today. To celebrate our work, to figure out how we continue to work, and then to be celebrated ourselves. So please, I hope you are ready. So, I don't know if you know this or not, but we are the flagship rally of No Kings Day. Simply because we showed the world how you do it, y'all! Why did they ever think they would mess with Minnesotans? I have no idea. Because we are all from here, know here, have been here, and anybody who is from, look, let's be honest about ourselves. We are not the most welcoming in the best of times when people move here, right? You've had people move here because they got a job at Best Buy, and you're like, it's going to take you about 15 years to actually have the new middle name. So when folks show up wearing Carhartt, doing that,
because they're blocking us.
Yeah.
We do it with humor, we do it with rage, we also do it with tedium, which I love. You know, Minnesotans will be like, we don't like you here, we don't like you here, we don't like you here. You know, just the repetitive nature alone should have paid for that. But we are here because we know what ICE can do, but we are under attack from all sides. So many issues. I work on reproductive and abortion rights. I know. As we speak right now, Josh Hawley, the tallest ghoul in the Senate, along with the FDA, are trying to use bump studies to remove. I know. As
we speak right now, Josh Hawley, the tallest ghoul in the Senate, along with the FDA, are trying to use bunk studies to remove access to medication abortion. And let me tell you what, it's scary. I actually was thinking this morning, maybe we should rename the uterus ICE so it could have absolute immunity. But I'm so proud of you. You chased out of this state pure evil. You chased them out. You chased out the fun-sized fascist Greg Bovino. You chased out that evil Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem is so evil, I'm starting to think that her dog took his own life. Just couldn't take it. Is this my future? I need to get out. I'm taking the goat with me. All right. I am here simply to introduce some of the finest people I know. People who have worked hard organizing here, musicians who are using their art to really fight against fascism. So today's about healing, joy, regenerating to continue to fight the work, and getting marching orders as we move ahead. And so, our first marching order, get out your phones. Get out your phones, because I'm going to say this a couple of times throughout this block. So, I want you to text the word VOTE to 30319. What that will do is you're going to get plugged into the Election Protection Network, which is so crucial. And they'll call on you to monitor polling places, report voter suppression, and show up when it matters most, because democracy doesn't defend itself, but together we will. So, are you ready for some fun and for some inspiration? Let's get to it. First up, the dynamic chamber ensemble from the incredible Twin Cities Gay Men's Chorus, directed by Gerald Gurris, is Borealis. They're going to set our day with a song about struggle, resilience, and victory. The story of Minnesota, not over the last few months, but over the last year, and the story of who we are. Please welcome Borealis.
Shall overcome.
next, an incredible duo with a song that has a message that is as old as time and is more important than ever. And quite frankly, the lyrics should be tattooed on our foreheads. Please welcome Cashamana and Petrus.
Oh, we love you, Minnesota! Yes! Love Minnesota! I'm Thomasina. I'm Cashamana. And this song is for each and every one of us and those who are contemplating becoming each and every one of us. This is Don't Buy the Lie. Y'all ready? Don't understand why you want me drinking. Oh no, I got my head in my hands. Oh, you got me fussing. Cause you done upped up my plans. Now you got me cussing. Tell me why you want me naked? Why you want me bruised? Why you want me frightened? Hopeless and confused. Don't buy the lie. It's gonna cost you too. When they hurt me, they hurt you. We're all connected. Can't you see? None of us are free till all of us are free. You don't care who I am. You don't wanna know me. You just wanna cause harm. Told the world you'd show me. You ignore what is true. Rather be blind than see me. But the shame is on you. 'Cause you can never own what's always been free. So afraid to face it. So afraid of truth. Motherlessness and hatred. What's this world coming to? Don't buy the lie. It's gonna cost you too. 'Cause when they hurt me, yeah, they hurt you. We're all connected. Oh yeah, can't you see? None of us are free. No, no, till all of us are free. I hold my heart in my hands, dreaming of what could be. A world with no violence, no one's going hungry. No, no, no one's in addictions. No one's dying young. No, every life is sacred, more sacred than your gun. Don't buy the Can't you see? None of us are free. No, no. Till all of us are free. None of us are free. No. Till all of us are free. Now you say it with us. None of us are free. Oh, till all of us are free. One more time, yeah. None of us are free. Oh, till all of us are free. Gratitude, Minnesota! Thank you. Cashamana and Thomasina sending love. Keep it going. We just have to extend that just a little bit more for Cashamana and Thomasina. Let's have it. What's the phrase? None of us are free till. Once more, none of us are free till. Once more, none of us are free till. You take direction so well. I love it. Now, again, just a reminder, I'm going to keep saying this throughout the course of the thing. If you did not hear me the first time, pull out your phones. I need you to text the word vote to 30319 because every single person here today needs to be participating to make sure that our elections are not suppressed, people get to vote, and that in November, everybody who is voting is going to be able to make the change that we desperately want to see. You with me? Okay, you have several chances, and then I'm going to say it at the end also. So I really am counting on them getting flooded with texts. I'm depending on you. I trust you. Are you people my friends? Okay, I love that about you. All right, something that we know about our fair state is that music, and I'm going to also say comedy, is part of the resistance in a way that only Minnesotans know how to do it. From showing up joyfully with music to, let's say, hurling back massagers at ICE. We know how to show up. And this next act is one of the many musical acts who've responded to the ICE invasion with not by just writing songs, but by pivoting their energy toward their new mutual aid project called Spring is Coming. So please welcome Secret Rivers.
Hello, 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 check, check, check. Shout out to the sound people. Shout out to Copal, Unidos, Monarca, Immigrant Defense Network, Release Minnesota 8, MIRAC, all the frontline organizers. Doing good?
I need a sec, sorry.
Yeah, best thing we can do on a day like this is have it be the first step, not the last step. Find those frontline organizers, find those organizers who are showing up every day in our neighborhoods, join them, find ways to join them. I know y'all know that already, but it's important to say as we get set up here. But we are Secret Rivers. The album is called Spring is Coming. The song is called Worthy of the Stone. Thank you for that. There we go.
are now going to engage you in some call and response.
In Minnesota, we show up for each other, we defend each other, we hold the line. But we don't just hold the line, we're also trying to push the lines forward. We're trying to build the world we want to live in. So the lyric here is very simple. When we say push the lines, we're asking you to say forward. Can we try that? Push the lines. Push the lines. Push the lines.
In Minnesota, we don't need to be nice. We can get salty on the streets and de-ice. Get out and observe, be cautious and learn. We melt ice with the salt of the earth. Yes, in Minnesota, we don't need to be nice. We can get salty on the streets and de-ice. Get out and observe, be cautious and learn. We melt ice with the salt of the earth. Yes.
Yeah, push the lines. No kings, no bigots, no borders. Bootlickers should have listened when they told you. One does not simply walk into Minnesota. Behind the tear gas, the guns, the balaclavas, and the masks, they're scared of you. Scared of canned food and potlucks. Scared of whistles. Scared because they can't stop us. Scared of immigrants, black people, trans people. Scared of anyone who won't buy what they're selling. Everyone I love is a threat to power. In a country full of cowards, being brave is rebellion. No magic and no mystery. Just fighting stubbornness until it's victory. Signal chat, hot hands, Venmo, whistle team. A cold winter, but we're not the ones shivering.
An injury to one is an injury to all.
Understand me? They step up to your cousin, you run and go get your family. So when your city is green lit, you got every block rising up, climbing up that double helix. Clock in, no quitting time. The only border we respect is the picket line. Rent strike, general strike, wildcat, strike a match. Power to the people every single time. Push the lines forward. They can never control.
Push the lines forward.
What they don't understand.
Push the lines forward.
Slipping through their fingers like sand.
Push the lines forward.
And I don't believe in mud.
Push the lines forward.
But I believe in us.
Push the lines forward.
In the sunless space, never ready, but we're ready. But we're worthy of the stone. Less light, more heavy.
Get your head right.
Push the lines forward.
Get your heart right.
Push the lines forward.
Look what we create. This is another waveline.
Push the lines.
Get your head right.
Push the lines.
Get your heart right.
Push the lines.
Look what we create. This is another waveline.
See more perspective.
Rebellions are built on hope, cause action follows, draws on, and inspires our tomorrows. Eye of the Kyber superconductor, laser focus through your conductors. No band leader, just rock with the orchestra, or else we're ghosts. Hasta la próxima, phantom medicine, when they be fencing in everywhere at once, because we are the best they're in. New definition of la raza cósmica, span the firmament to shine a glow on y'all. Save the world before we need to save the galaxies. Odds are half full, half let's see.
Authority is brittle.
We got the tools. We are the fuel. We planted the seeds, tended the trees, grown toward a sunrise we may yet see. There is only one way out. Stone and sky, you're coming home to yourself, so run wild. There is only one way out. The deadlift us, you're coming home to yourself. Get your head
Make some noise, St. Paul.
Get your heart right.
Everywhere, everywhere.
Look what we create. This is another waveline.
Push the lines.
Get your head right.
Push the lines.
Get your heart right.
Push the lines.
Look what we create. This is another waveline.
All right, last one. Push the lines. Push the lines. Push the lines. Push the lines.
Spring is coming.
Keep it going for Secret Rivers! Also, just because they're even more amazing than you thought, 100% of the proceeds from Spring is Coming goes to Neighbors Helping Neighbors for Twin Cities Ice Relief Fund. So we don't know how to do it without helping. We don't know how to do it. It's amazing. For how many of you is this your third rally? How many of you this is your second rally? How many of you this is your first rally? Incredible. From my vantage point, I'm staring and there are people, it seems to be almost all the way back to the cathedral. I just want to also give a shout out to those who making a journey like this today. They have different abilities and this is hard, so the folks in the ADA section, a double thank you to you for coming out and understanding that your voices are as important as those who have the abilities to march. Let's give folks a round of applause for that. Because again, Minnesotans know how to take care of our own. And when I say our own, I do not mean we exclude anyone. No one's rights are on the chopping block. We have to make that commitment to ourselves, that we will stand with our whole chest, no matter who's under attack, whether that's black folks, brown folks, immigrants, queer folks, and trans folks. And our next performer is somebody who's been an activist in all those spaces, but especially for the transgender community since the go-go 80s. The go-go 80s. And was one of our first out trans performers in the country, and also somebody who I'm sort of starstruck. Hopefully I get to meet you after because I love your work. She's a glam punk rock musician who's paved the way for so many with her amazing courage and her incredible voice. And as the trans community is now facing unprecedented attacks, she knows that if we can change the world, the only way we can do it is if we all do it together. So please welcome the incredible Venus de Mars.
Take my hand, take my shoulder, I understand, I can hold ya, I know you can, you're something bolder. There is no plan, and it's getting colder. Oh, my brother, see my sister. There are no others. There is no difference. I could be you. You could be me. We struggle onwards and desperately. There's too much fear. There's too much hardness. There's too much fear. It's never farthest. Stop your hate. Stop your gun. Stop your fighting. We are one. Hold me, sister, hold me. Hold me, brother, hold me. Hold me, father, hold me. Hold me, mother, Hold me, Father, hold me. Hold me, Mother, hold me. Hold me, sister, hold me. Hold me, brother, hold me. Hold me, Father, hold me. Hold me, Mother, hold me. Hold me, sister, hold me. Hold me, brother, hold me. Hold me, Father, hold me. Hold me, Mother. Carry me. I'll carry you. We could be stronger. We could be true. Make me wise. Make me breathe. Make me feel you. Make me grieve. Thank you. Be strong, everybody. Be brave. We'll get through this.
Vida Simmers! So, apparently everybody wanted to be here today on planet Earth and couldn't be. So, one such human decided to record a love letter to our fair state. So look at your video monitors as a person not known for sending love letters is about to send us one.
Hello, Minnesota. Every morning when I get up, I reach for my phone to look at the headlines of the day. And for some time now, I start every morning depressed about the latest outrage from our would-be king. I mean, it's amazing. Every fucking day, there's something new and crazy. But it's different on this day because all over the country, in cities and towns and factories and on farms, north, south, east, west, millions of us are coming together to declare no kings. It is indeed a beautiful, hopeful day in the United States of America. And you, Minnesota, are at the epicenter. It is your courage and your commitment that have inspired all of us. You have shown the power of nonviolent protest. You have shown bravery in the face of armed attack by government thugs. And you stood together and ran them out of town. Toast yourselves, pat yourselves on the back, take a bow, but don't take a break. Because today and everything that has gone before is just a start, a rehearsal for the big show that's coming. You know the arrogant would-be king is absolutely scared to death about losing his power and will do everything he can to hold on to it without regard to legality, morality, humanity, nothing. We will face greater challenges down the road. For everything you've done, thank you. And now expect to be asked to do more. I know you will answer the call. Thank you.
Bobby D. Like he took time out from putting a body in the trunk to say, Minnesota doing a great job. Like I feel like we're winning at life. Are you having fun? Are you fired up? Say yeah! Are you ready to continue the work? Say hell yeah! Hell yeah! Are you ready to get new marching orders and run with them? Say hell to the yeah! Hell to the yeah! Very good. Okay, you know what I'm going to say now? Every time I give you a little that, pull out your phones. People, I need to know. I need to get a text from Wintana that said she was flooded with people texting. So I need you to text the word vote to 30319 so that we can be literally monitoring and ensuring that we have fair elections. Because if everybody gets to vote, can turn this shit back around. There, I swore. It's my one swear. And now, oh my God, one of my favorite performers with the greatest story of anybody. So, a few years back, when Pete Seeger was told that Larry Long was often referred to as the Pete Seeger of Minnesota, Pete Seeger kind of laughed and said, you know, I'd be proud to be known as the Larry Long of New York. So please welcome, with special guests, Jacqueline Oltan, Joe Savage, and Thomasina Petrus, the Minnesota treasure, also known as Larry Long. Larry, take it.
Minnesota! Repeat after me, Minnesota!
Minnesota!
My home!
My home!
Minnesota!
Minnesota!
My home!
My home!
I've never been more proud than now to be a Minnesotan.
Yeah!
In our Longfellow community on the south side of Minneapolis, our neighbors throughout the surge have been bringing food to families that are sheltered, driving children to school, getting them home safely, and protecting them with whistles and observances. Minnesota.
Yeah.
Our forefathers and foremothers fought to defeat fascism. And now it's up to us. Beneath your coat and too long tie, there's a burning cross you can't hide. Instead of bridges, you build walls, all for you and none for all. It's white sheets in the White House, everybody's singing shout. White sheets in the White House, time to drive them white sheets out. Yeah, oh yeah. Just like your father, everybody knows. Dividing us on racial lines with your old friend Jim Crow.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, yeah.
White sheets in the White House, everybody scream and shout. White sheets in the White House, time to drive them white sheets out. Drive them out. You lie long enough and big enough, it's true. As you know, you have shown some will follow you. Now you've got them terrorized, afraid we'll be occupied by someone darker than you, a migrant Muslim, you know who. Help me out here, here we go.
Yeah. Oh.
It's white sheets in the White House, everybody scream and shout. White sheets in the White House, time to drive them white sheets out. soldiers down in Charlottesville. When those neo-Nazis marched and that brave woman got killed. Oh no, no, no. It's white sheets in the White House. Everybody scream and shout. White sheets in the White House. Time to drive them white sheets out. Emotions are rising, fires raging on the hill. Fires raging. The rich keep getting tax cuts while we foot the bill. Oh, no more, no, no more, no more, no, no. Let's build a wall around you. Make you pay for it too. We will be great again on the day when your term is through. Oh, 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 glory, glory, glory. Oh, it's white sheets in the White House. Everybody scream and shout. White sheets in the White House. Time to drive them white sheets out. Time to drive them white sheets out. Come on, y'all! Time to drive them white sheets out. Time to drive them white sheets out. Minnesota! 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 Thomasina Petrus, Jacqueline Alton, Joe Savage. Thank you.
Larry Long! So, something that I believe to be 100% true is sometimes the power of silence. And in a group this large, as we celebrate the work we've done here, talking about ICE, I would love if we could have in this massive group just a moment of silence for some of the folks, and I can't remember all of them, so I'll say as many as I can remember, who have fallen victims to this regime. The people who have been targeted by law enforcement, the people who have been horrifically targeted by Netanyahu and Trump and their goons, the people of Palestine, the people of Iran. Let's just take a moment of silence to show them that 500, whatever the heck is here, can take a moment to internalize and send vibes to those who have been harmed. And that is why Minnesota is great. Thank you for taking that time, and thank you for recognizing those that we're fighting for. I just thought that moment of silence might be a nice little way to introduce our next person who's coming to the stage, who is a traditional healer, a singer, and a member of the Ojibwe Nation. And her performance today is a healing song that she wrote 10 years ago in the Ojibwe language, and it holds really special meaning because it's the first time that it's being performed for the public outside of an indigenous community. So you are in for something special. It is really an honor to welcome Doreen Day Wobanukwe. Wobanukwe, my bad. Doreen's coming up shortly, so until that happens, how are we all doing? Do we have after plans, march, drinks? Where should we go? Let's make a plan, you guys. I don't know. What are we doing? Okay, great. Oh, I see. Okay, it's different. I'm sorry. Look at me making a mistake. You know what? That's on me. But you were all great, and we're coming back. So let's do it. Okay. All right. I'm just moving along then to my speech. Are you ready? Change of plans. The cast of Hamilton. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I'm reading this all wrong. So often, we have so many tireless legal advocates defending us as we fight for our civil and constitutional rights. And there is no organization that fights more tirelessly than the ACLU and the ACLU of Minnesota. So it is my great privilege to welcome to the stage the Executive Director of the ACLU of Minnesota. Please welcome Dee Binder-Mayo!
All right. Thank you, thank you. How we fight and how we lead will dictate the world that we create. I will say that again. How we fight and how we lead will dictate the world that we create. For 100 years, the ACLU has fought to protect our rights to free speech, our rights to equal protection, our rights to due process, regardless of the party in power, and we are proud to have filed over 200 legal actions against the Trump administration. And we remember here in Minnesota just a few short months ago when we found ourselves in the center of a storm once again. Amidst the discriminatory arrests and assaults, the targeting of our neighbors and our leaders, the racial profiling, and the unprecedented abuse of executive authority, while the world watched, Minnesotans did not waver. Minnesotans did not hesitate. Minnesotans did not capitulate. No, Minnesotans held their ground and showed the world what the words "we the people" really mean. Minnesota, because of the way you led, you have carved new ground that will forever be part of this nation's legacy. Minnesota, because of the way you led, you showed the world that control and uniformity is not power. Unity is power. Unity is power. And the unity of diverse voices is one of the most powerful forces in American history. And that is why it is more important than ever that we continue to push. We continue to keep the pressure up. We continue to fight. The ACLU will not stop because we know you won't stop either. Because we the people will not be silenced. We the people will not be intimidated. We the people will not trade away our rights. We're going to keep going forward, and we are going to fight for all of our rights, for all of us. All of us. All of us. Thank you.
Keep it going! Okay, back on track. Feeling good. Our next guest is an Ojibwe poet enrolled at Turtle Mountain and the inaugural Poet Laureate of Minneapolis. As curator, editor, and teacher, she edited New Poets of Native Nations and co-edited the 2025 publication Boundless: Abundance in Native American Art and Literature. Please welcome Heid Erdrich.
Bonjour and Danawe Maganadok. Bujunisha Anishinaabe. I am not Wabanakwe Doreen, but I am a proud Anishinaabe, and I am going to read to you from my current project, a crowdsourced poem on justice. The Twin Cities are home to the best poets in the English language, the Dakota language, the Anishinaabe language, to Somali language, and more. In the past months, poets here have spoken truth to power, and like so many of us, poets pack boxes of groceries, give rides, cover rent. Maybe a few of us threw dildos at the Whipple building. Poets have protected and observed and shared their words to raise funds. One poet stood up and was struck down. Hold steady. The words of poets are marching through these days. Gwendolyn Brooks' words, hand-printed on a poster. We are each other's business. We are each other's magnitude and bond. Found that day, our collective breath made a cloud in sub-zero Minneapolis on a march. Pushed to the ground and bound in plastic handcuffs by the soldiers of the state, Lakota poet and activist John Trudell's words march from 1981 through me to you. Little did they understand, he said, squatting down on the ground, they placed me with my power. The words of poets are marching with us in these days, and the crushing beat of a poet silenced too. When a young person asks me, what do we do? I tell them, hold steady. Steady, my beloveds. Touch the ground you come from or came to. Ground our power in Earth's love of us. Let her rock us while we hold steady. When we must move, then we must march. March steady until it's just us. This has been a poetry service announcement.
Keep it going for Heid Erdrich! You know, one thing that doesn't get mentioned enough when we talk about Minnesota and our resilience and what we do is the fact that not only do we think of everything, the second we hear that there's something in a place that needs to get filled or a space that needs help, we don't say, that's not the thing I want to do. We just show up in the right clothes and we do it. And I just want, since there's cameras here and the nation is watching the stream, I want people to know that if you want to act like Minnesota, or you think, Minnesota's a model, what can I do? Well, you can check your ego about what you want to do and listen to the leadership, and when they tell you what they need done, you do that. And you pay enough attention to the amazing organizers who've been on the ground, who actually have the information, who've already done the work, instead of starting your own. Oftentimes when you're like, who's doing it? It's like someone. You just need to learn who, and then you need to be the pack mule in the fight that they have been doing and organizing, because let me tell you what we need is pack mules, because there's brilliant minds and brilliant leaders in this community who oftentimes are putting up the folding chairs when they should be literally strategizing, because that's their strong suit. So be the folding chairs people, be the I'll bring donuts people for the brilliant minds who are actually making this train run. And on that note, I'm going to bring up some really brilliant minds who helped organize this entire day across the country and the world. They are tireless humans. Some I have met just recently and I so admire. Some I've met today. Some whose work I've admired from afar. But you're so lucky to have them here today to speak to you about what you've done, and more importantly, where we need to go and what we need to do. So remember what I said just 2 seconds ago about when they tell you, do that. Do that thing. So please welcome to the stage the organizers of this incredible movement. Oh my gosh, wind. Sorry. Co-executive directors of Indivisible, Leah Greenberg and Ezra Levin. The 5051 National Coordinator, Sarah Parker. Executive Director of Move On, Katie Bethel. And President of Public Citizen, Rob Weissman. Bring them up, everybody! Put that up a little bit. My name is Sarah Parker, and I'm the Executive Director of Voices of Florida Fund and a National Coordinator of 5051. I am honored to be here among heroes, and I mean you, the locals standing in front of me today. I want to use this moment to honor you, every single one of you who took part in the resistance in any small way. You are the heroes in this story. You turned the cameras back on them, and you put your life on the line. Across the country, people are building power. People are building community. And every time this administration swings, we will grow stronger. Every time our neighbors are kidnapped by masked men, we will grow bigger. And every time they think we are losing hope, we will become more determined. We are the linchpin in our democracy. No Kings is calling for people just like you across the country to continue to build local power and those networks, to protect your neighbors and stand up and fight back. If there's anything I've learned living in Florida, you can't cede a damn inch to this authoritarian administration and to a man who has an ego of a king and the temperament of a child. We will not give in. We will not give up. They tried to control the narrative, and we are taking it back. The truth is immutable. We were never the villains in this story. They have always been. We demand accountability. We demand an end to reckless masked men terrorizing our neighborhoods. We demand an end to abortion bans. We demand justice and peace for our Black, brown, and LGBTQIA communities. And we demand free and fair elections. And right now, we demand an end to this reckless, illegal
to be here today. I am proud to be here because Minneapolis and the state of Minnesota, you show up. When your neighbors need help, you show up. There are millions of people out in the streets today inspired by your examples. There are millions of people who need to hear from you what we do when tyrants speak up. What do? We show up. I want to hear you say it. Show up. Minnesota knows what we need to do, and we need to tell the nation right now, because there are people who feel helpless. There are people who feel scared. There are people who feel like tyrants speak up. What do? We show up. I want to hear you say it. Show up. Minnesota knows what we need to do, and we need to tell the nation right now, because there are people who feel helpless. There are people who feel scared. There are people who feel like showing up doesn't make a difference. But you know all of this matters. You know, what do we do when they try to trample our rights? What do? We show up. When they try to steal the election, what are we going to do? When they declare illegal wars, what do?
Now, I want to tell you about some people who are showing up right now today for this No Kings community. There are thousands of volunteers who have given tens of thousands of hours to be safety officers, marshals, who are making sure that our events today reflect the peaceful democracy of harmony and love that we want to see in America today. I want them to hear you coast to coast. Thank you, volunteers, for all you're doing to make No Kings happen. Thank you for showing up.
Brothers and sisters and friends, my name is Rob Weissman. I'm with Public Citizen. You beautiful and heroic people showed our country and reminded the world that the opposite of authoritarianism is not just justice and democracy and freedom. It's also solidarity and community and love and neighbors. And persistence. And now, as we rally here, 100,000 or more strong and across the nation in the largest day of protest in American history, we have to persist. We have to persist to end this illegal, unconstitutional, and devastating war on Iran, and make sure that Congress does not give a penny more to pay for or extend this war. We have to persist to make sure we have free and fair elections, that everyone can vote, and that all the votes are counted. And we have to persist to win our yes agenda. Yes to health care for all. Yes to tax the rich. Yes to the clean energy revolution. Yes to overturn Citizens United. Yes for a living wage. Yes to make sure every person has the right to organize into a union. Yes to make sure there is equality for every human being living in the United States, whatever their status, whatever language they speak, whatever their gender. Now say this with me, my friends. Say this with me. No kings, no ice, no war. No
kings, no ice, no war.
Democracy is what we're fighting for.
Democracy is what we're fighting for.
No kings, no ice, no war.
No kings, no ice, no war.
Justice is what we're fighting for.
Justice is what we're fighting for.
No kings, no ice, no war. Health care and human rights and dignity and freedom and love and peace is what we're fighting for. No kings, no ice, no war. No kings, no ice, no war. No kings, no ice, no war. Thank you. You're beautiful.
Hi, Minnesota. It is incredible to be here with you today. I'm Leah.
Hey, and I'm Leah's husband, Ezra. This is our wedding anniversary.
And we are proud to support a movement of thousands of local indivisible groups across the country building power on their home turf, including the incredible groups of Minnesota. Now, today is historic. We are seeing 3,300 protests across every state and congressional district in America standing up to say we have no king. But Minnesota, of all people, you know that it takes more than one day of protest to defeat fascism. It is going to take relentless, determined, creative organizing to protect our neighbors and to stand for our rights. The nation learned that from you. We learned it from every Minnesotan who stood up to protect their neighbors. We learned it from everyone who went out after the shootings, the murders of Alex Preddy and Renee Good, from everyone who came out after the murder of Melissa Hortman, to say that fear won't win, hate won't win, that in Minnesota you protect your neighbors and you stand up for democracy. Woo. Now, if there is anything we know about would-be dictators, it is that when they start to lose their grip, they get even more dangerous. They escalate, they invade, they attack. Donald Trump is facing down a midterm election that he knows he is going to lose because people hate this mad king business. Woo. And so what is he going to do? He's going to try to steal it. But he's going to fail because we are going to stop him.
That's right.
Woo. So for the 100,000 Twin Cities residents in the crowd right now, we have an ask to share on behalf of our friends at Indivisible Twin Cities. Text pledge 30319. Text pledge to 30319 to take the Pledge of Resistance with Indivisible Twin Cities and say you're ready to show up and mobilize in the event of election sabotage. Woo.
Sorry, folks, I'm back. This is the largest protest in Minnesota history. Good job, everybody. Now, if you know anything about Indivisible, we have a real bias towards action. So we're going to give you some actions. Leah just gave you one action for everybody in the Twin Cities. There are millions of people watching now. And for the millions of people around the country, around the globe, we've got to work in concert with the Minnesotans. When Trump tries to sabotage the midterms, we need to match the depth of the organizing that we've seen here in Minnesota with the breadth of the organizing we're seeing all over the world for No Kings 3. So what does that mean? Let's get specific. I want everybody here to put this on your calendar. The next major national action of this movement is not just going to be another protest. It is a tactical escalation. An escalation. It is an economic show of force inspired by Minnesota's own Day of Truth and Action. We all saw this. Thousands of teachers and nurses, community leaders, faith leaders showing up in sub-zero temperatures, showing this state that they were not going to put up with business as usual while a secret police goon squad was murdering Americans in the streets. We need to do that nationally, y'all. We need to do that all over the country. So on May 1st, on May Day, across the country, we are saying no business as usual. No work, no school, no shopping. We're going to show up and say we're putting workers over billionaires and kings. Minnesota, we cannot thank you enough for the courage you've displayed, for the instruction you have given. We are going to build on that courage, on that sacrifice, on that dedication, on that organizing. We are going to demonstrate that regular people are the single greatest threat to fascism in this country. It's up to all of us to walk that path. So say it with me as we heard from Rob. No kings, no ice, no war. 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 How many kings? How many kings? Damn right. See you May 1st.
Keep it going! These folks are not messing around. All right. We're going to do a redo because I was out of order and now I'm back in order. It's hard. This is hard, y'all. You know, brain fog, old, menopause. Give me a break. Now we're going to I'm just going to read it again because the importance of this next speaker is really incredible. A healer, a singer, member of the Ojibwe Nation, here to perform a healing song that she wrote in the Ojibwe language 10 years ago. And it is so special because this is the first time the song will be performed outside of the indigenous community. So please, let's start now. welcome to the stage, Doreen De Wamanukwe. Doreen De Wamanukwe, let's hear it! Bonjour, Indenerwema Gani Dog. Wabano Queen Dishinakas, Wabajeshi and Tu Dame, Aberdeen Aikwa Kape Medeo. Anishinaabe Wa King. Our ancestors are always with us. This is a healing song for all of those that have suffered during this time. Go come sinan giwitaki shigun no jimoyan ijibimosed no Jemoyan, Ejibemosed, Ejibemosed. Go mesenan giwitagi shigon, no Jemoyan, Ejibemosed, no Jemoyan, Ejibemosed, Ejibemosed. Go mesenan no Jemoyan, Ejibemosed, no Jemoyan, Ejibemosed, Ejibemosed. Go mesenan giwitagi shigun no Jemoyan, Ejibemosed, no Jemoyan, Ejibemosed, Ejibemosed. Doreen De Wamanukwe! So y'all, being that a big part of this day is a tribute to all of you, we have another video from another super dope person who couldn't be here but wanted to lend his voice in a sort of montage of all of the great work that you did. There will not be enough dildo throwing in this video, I will warn you, but that's just the world we live in. I'm so sorry. So please take a look at yourselves and see how amazing it really is.
I'm here to tell you a story about Minnesotans. A story about Renee Nicole Good, a mom who wrote poems and had sparkles coming out of her pores. She had whistles. They had guns. A story about Alex Pretty, an ICU nurse who cared for American veterans. Someone who wanted to make a difference in the world and spent his last moments protecting a woman targeted by ICE. A story about Liam Conejo Ramos and his father, Adrian Conejo Arias, a preschooler with a Spider-Man backpack and a blue bunny hat, and his father, who were only trying to get to school. A story about all the people nationwide who have died at the hands of ICE. The thousands in Minnesota and across the country who have been hiding in their homes for months, afraid of being taken by ICE. The hundreds of thousands separated from their families, trapped in detention centers, or deported and dreaming of a way back home. Heartbreaking stories meant to exhaust us into submission. But not you, Minnesota. This is a story about a revolution starting in Minnesota. When your neighbors are being attacked and your communities are being targeted, you don't give up. You don't look away. You don't back down. You showed up. Protesting by the thousands, sub-freezing temperatures. Delivering groceries to neighbors in hiding. Driving friends to doctor's appointments and walking children to school. The heroism of ordinary people doing extraordinary acts of resilience who showed the world what courage looks like. I'm not cold. I'm not afraid. Minnesota taught us to be brave.
May I have your attention for an important public safety announcement. Once again, Minnesotans have shown up. But anytime we have a crowd this large, it is possible for people to become separated. If you have become separated from your family or your group, the place to meet is the Lost and Found area located on Reverend Martin Luther King Boulevard. As you face the Capitol, Reverend Martin Luther King Boulevard is the street to your left. That is where you should go and where you should direct people who are lost. Thank you all for making this a safe event for everyone. And now, are you ready to continue with No Kings 3? We are proud to welcome to the stage organizer, activist, and movement strategist, Ashley Woodard Henderson.
Why are we in this situation that brings us down? Can't you see we are losing patience with oppression now? The people will rise, the people will rise, the people will rise. Sing with me. The people will rise, the people will rise, the people will rise. It looks like you're mighty.
कुदरती गैस जो कभी बेपनाह मिकदार में दस्तयाब थी, इसके ज़खायर में अब मुसलसल कमी वाक़ई हो रही है। लिहाजा हम सब पे ये जिम्मेदारी आयद होती है कि हम गैस को समझदारी और दानिशमंदी के साथ इस्तेमाल करें। गैस के इस्तेमाल में किफ़ायत पूरे साल
Rally, how you doing? Look at this historic moment that Minnesotans built. Not a moment that happened to Minnesotans,